Doug Richard is the founder of the School for Startups, which provides business training for entrepreneurs. As well as starting a host of his own businesses, he's also served as CEO of the US software company Micrographs. In all, he's been starting and building tech companies for more than 18 years now. And I'm pleased to say he's in the studio with me. Great to see you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Is the market overreacting to tech stocks? Some pretty mind-boggling numbers we saw there on LinkedIn.
They're overreacting to LinkedIn, very precisely. Whether they're overreacting to all tech stocks, hard to say. That we don't have enough IPOs to justify knowing, do we?
So why the overreaction to LinkedIn?
It seems to me that this is little more than people's desire to buy Facebook shares, which are unavailable because it hasn't gone public, and they're taking that desire and they're translating it without reflection to LinkedIn.
Does that make sense from an investor point of view?
No, it makes no sense at all, actually.
So then what is driving this tremendous appetite for social media stocks, social media companies?
Well, I mean, I think it is largely, if not uniquely, driven by Facebook. Each generation, a company comes along that profoundly changes the way people live and work. Facebook is that, and therefore the desire and appetite for Facebook is perhaps justified, though those numbers are a little eye-watering.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess this bodes well for other social networking companies, including Facebook. What do you think we could potentially expect when their turn comes to sell shares?
It is almost hard to conceive of the feeding frenzy that is going to occupy the stock markets when Facebook goes public.
What do you expect?
I think the sky's the limit. I'm not sure one can set an expectation.
Is it the case across the board? You've said that there is a tech bubble. We've heard the same thing from Larry Summers. Would you say that that is because when we speak about tech, it's a very broad industry. Do you think some areas, some sectors within tech are doing well enough to justify high valuations?
I do believe there's a tech bubble going on. I think the evidence is not just in the public markets, but in the price people are paying as private angel investors in A-series on both coasts in the U.S. It has become absolutely a seller's market. Entrepreneurs can raise money at stunning valuations right now. So you have the private market and the limited evidence we have in the public market, both suggesting that it's overheated and quite considerably.
And what could that potentially lead to?
Everything that goes up comes down. If we're going to have a bubble will burst. The real question is, how long do we have?
Yeah, so what are your expectations in terms of a timeline?
That is a difficult one to call, but I think that we need to see Facebook go public before any potential bubble could burst.
And do you think it'll be one big crash, or could it be more like a series of mini crashes?
I think it'll stumble back down because unlike the bubble around 2000, 2001, these companies are making profits. These are much more substantial businesses. The question isn't are they real, it's just are they justifying the prices they're getting.
And from what you're saying, it seems as though the lessons from the dot-com crash, the dot-com bubble haven't been learned. Why is that the case?
I think it's just a reflection of the larger bubble mentality, a boom and bust mentality that the stock market periodically goes through. And I think because tech is becoming more and more central to our lives, it's easier for people to relate to. A lot more people can understand the potential opportunity and thus become over-optimistic about it.
And where do you see potential opportunities right now, beyond social media?
The biggest opportunities I see are this huge inflection point that's coming between TV and the web, essentially the crash of the media together. That last inch is being solved, so broadband plugs into TV. We're going to have both disruption and opportunity, much like in the music industry. It's a very big opportunity right now.